Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. In this video, we want to talk about Miss Queen Nicki Minaj. There's only one queen, and it is Nicki Minaj. Now, when it comes to all the other things that people have against Nicki, that is their business. It's actually literally none of my business. No, I know a lot of people are after Nicki because in their heads, Nicki is the reason why Donald Trump won the election when she never voted. And the people who voted for Trump, they are refusing to take accountability for their actions. And I'm going to be here to consistently remind you all that you all voted for Trump, not Nicki Minaj. You can deflect all you want, but your deflection is not going to change the fact that you voted for Trump and Trump is kicking your asses out of his country. You need to deal with it. It's your fault. And that is to the people who voted for Trump and is acting as though they never voted for this man. Then how did he win the election? Right? You all need to look into yourselves. So ever since Nicki teamed up with Turning Point and appeared at that Turning Point rally with Erica Kirk, a lot of people have been saying, she should get deported. Guys, I can't believe there's so many slow people on the planet. I have to say you guys are functionally illiterate. And it's true. I say it with no apologies. You guys are functionally illiterate. You guys think that Donald Trump saw a post from Nicki Minaj speaking up on the behalf of Nigerians, Christians being prosecuted. And it's not something that's new to Nicki. It's not the first that Nicki has been invited to the United Nations. It's just that it's the first time she has picked up the invitation. She was invited when? Who was there at that point? Sleepy Joe, right? And she did not pick up the invitation at that point. She has now picked up the invitation because there are some things about Donald Trump that aligned with her very well. Nicki Minaj is a protector of children, and you guys are going to say, but she has a brother who's a pedophile. She's not responsible for her brother's actions. She's not. And she hasn't given any ounce or slight indication that she is in support of him. Never. She has always spoken up for children. She has always been an advocate for humanity, as a matter of fact. So to see people signing a petition thinking that is going to get her deported, you people are functionally illiterate. It's true. And you need to check yourselves. Oh, but I have a degree. It still doesn't mean that you're not functionally illiterate, because how do you think that a man who endorses a woman is going to have her deported based on your feelings when you are the one who voted for that man? You think Donald Trump is slow either? He's not slow. You all need to take accountability for your action. You're just going to keep blaming everyone to no avail. That's what you all are doing. Now, the reason why Nicki actually supports Donald Trump is because of two things. Three. Donald Trump's stance on Christianity, family togetherness, and all of that, even though I don't believe he's genuine when it comes to that. I don't believe he's genuine when it comes to religion. I believe he is genuine when it comes to family, but not religion. And that's just the truth. He cheated on his wife. We all know about that. No, people saying that Nicki is homophobic. She's not. Remember that Nicki introduced that flamboyant British boy, Roman. You guys know that Roman is gay. So she could never be homophobic. What Nicki is speaking about is how they get little boys into the pedophile rings and encouraging them to do the gender reaffirming surgery, getting them on medication at an early age and all of that, which she knows the truth and that it does damage them. And we have many members of the LGBTQIA who have been doing a lot of documentaries with a lot of people, encouraging people, don't do it, don't get it. Candace Owens did one such interview, and what Nicki Minaj was tweeting about was kids, not adults. Because if you check Jeffree Stars, isn't Jeffree Stars gay? And Jeffree Stars and Nicki Minaj they stand in alignment with those beliefs. Jeffree Stars don't believe in kids getting gender reassignment surgery. He doesn't believe in kids getting gender therapy. He believes that is something they should do as an adult, and he doesn't believe that anyone with a penis should be using a female bathroom. And that's just the things that Nicki stands in alignment with. I came across a video of T.S. Madison, giving some rhetorics and, Nicki's stance on a lot of things. But I don't like T.S. Madison. I don't hate her because the truth is there's some things about T.S. Madison that I like, but there are some things about T.S. Madison that I don't like. I don't like her insisting need for children to be included in the LGBTQIA circle. If children feel as though they're gay, sometimes we don't even know what they feel because kids are just they explore a lot and they have this great creative mind. And this is why I think it is dangerous for kids to venture into those territories. Now, T.S. Madison believes that it's a discussion that should be had with kids who feel as though they're gay. And I believe that the discussion should be had to a certain extent, wherein if the parent notices that the child is acting in a particular manner, it is something that the child should be spoken to about and let them know they're normal. They're not a weirdo, because those things can lead them into depression. And especially if they go to school and they're bullied by their schoolmate for being different, it can turn out to be very dangerous. And that's where I believe, having the discussion comes in. But I don't think that kids should be pushed into the hormone therapy treatment. I don't think kids should be pushed into gender reassignment surgery, because when they get older, it will be undetectable and you can live a normal life. You are who you are. And if I'm not hiding who I am, someone who is gay should not hide who they are either. It shouldn't be the case where you have to hide that you were born a boy, transition to a girl, that should never be a thing. People should be allowed to be who they want to be, but children should never ever be cultured and encouraged into getting these surgeries. And that is just Nicki Minaj's point. And Nicki is also saying that men should not be in women's sports. If you were born a biological man and you got surgery, become a woman, it doesn't change the chromosome. You should not be involved in women's sport, and that's just all that Nicki is saying. So this entire talk about Nicki being homophobic, it is just an agenda to get rid of Nicki. And she told y'all years ago, she's going no motherfucking where. And it's true, she's not going anywhere. You can say all you want about Kenneth Petty. Kenneth Petty, I don't know what he did. And I'm going to always say that case is questionable. Cardi B can do the same thing and have the same people in her circle and it will always be fine, Because didn't we hear that Cardi B reached out to the chef telling the chef it's not a big deal that Stefan Diggs strangled her, but then if Nicki should do the same thing, she should get cancelled and deported? That's the level of hypocrisy that exists in our society today, and it needs to die a slow and painful death. What goes for one should go for all. But Cardi B, as I've said, she's really good at deflection. She's really good at lying. And some people are slow to admit the truth. They see it, but they are slow to admitting it. And I'm not talking about mentally slow. They are slowly admitting it is true. But the point is, Nicki is not homophobic, because remember her great Roman character. He's a gay boy, so she could never be homophobic. And she has quite a few Jamaican friends who are gay, who she provides for on a monthly basis. Nicki Minaj is an amazing human being, but if only some of you guys know just how amazing she is, you guys would really be. She's an amazing human being. Definitely not perfect, but she's an amazing person.